Welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy 1. Last time we classed up and got some more equipment. I did get some more equipment off screen from Gaia, by the way. But this time we start Mount Gulg. Something I have actually been wanting to point out is I kind of did something, or said something stupid, actually, like episode 1? I said something about how Luca is the name of a Suikoden 2 character, which is true. But I also realized that I was sort of stuttering. I was like Chrono, and then it occurred to me afterwards that actually there is a Chrono Trigger character named Luca, so I would have been right anyway. So yes, that's probably where the actual random name in this game actually comes from, probably more from Luca from Chrono Trigger, even though it's technically 1C short. In any case, this floor is interesting. If you go up, you enter a treasure room. If you go left, you progress with the dungeon. You can actually get a bunch of mithril equipment, which is pretty high tier. Sadly, for our knight, for example, the mithril equipment is actually kind of a step back, so it really wouldn't help us any, unfortunately. Also, remember that heal staff? Well, this is actually a good dungeon to have it for, because you're going to be healing a lot, let's just put it that way. There's a bit of a gimmick in this dungeon that's actually kind of nice. And other games do this too, but the gimmick is that, to put it bluntly, you actually have to go back and forth between a couple floors. Again, a lot of games do this, it's nothing new. I just think it's kind of cool because... Wait a minute, did I just say it's nothing new? Of course there's something new. Final Fantasy is like the first RPG. That's not true, it's not the first RPG, but it was definitely one of the pioneers of the genre. For sure. So when I say, oh, well, wouldn't be the first time this happened, actually that is flatly not true. So where we actually need to go is down. This is really convoluted actually, but it's not too bad. I think this dungeon overall is easier than the Cavern of Earth because there's no cockatrices. Cockatrices can inflict you with stone, and if you get turned to stone, that really bogs down your journey. So now we're back on B3 in a totally separate area, actually. Luckily, though, there's actually no treasure for us, so we can actually go straight to the end, if I'm not mistaken. I'm taking a really roundabout way to get there, though, so keep that in mind. Let's see if we can actually demonstrate this time. I'm killing these guys too fast for this to actually work. I don't think I'm that over-leveled. I guess we'll have to wait and find out. Okay, so we're back on floor 4, so again, we have to go through B3 to B4, up back to B3, and then to a different entrance to B4. So again, very, very convoluted. And up here's a treasure room. Get this chest from this side, and get this chest from here. Trust me on that, there's an enemy encounter. I think it's a fire elemental, so it's nothing too bad, but just if you want to save time, or if you're doing a lower level run than I am, yeah. To be honest though, I don't even feel over leveled. I mean, I'm only level 30, and like, from what I gather, 30 is sort of the recommended level for at least the Citadel, so if anything, we're on par for the Citadel. Hydra! Hail Hydra! So, lots of snaky enemies here, which will become very apparent why that's the case. So if we go up here, no, not up, left here, we can actually get to a bunch of good treasure, so we will be doing that. The other stuff, the mithril stuff, is not really helpful at this point, but the stuff in this room actually is legit helpful. So let's go grab a bunch of stuff. Red Dragon! I think the map is mislabeled because this seems to be the fixed encounter, and yet the map shows it slightly off, so... Again, I do use guides because, honestly, this game is not the easiest. Let's test my theory, okay? Okay, that was actually a random encounter. That's kind of mean, actually. My tutorials are pretty easy. Yeah, Chrono Trigger is a really good game. I might get lynched for this, but I'm not super into Chrono Trigger as much as most people. To me, it's just good. To be fair, I also played the DS version, which I hear actually did botch some translation stuff. Again, not 100% sure on that. That's just what I've heard over the years. What else? Yeah, I like the game. It's just not like the greatest because I played it like 15 years later than I should have. One bizarre thing is that I'm actually... Also, if you're wondering, I don't use my birthday for a password, so I can actually freely say this. But I'm actually the same age as Chrono Trigger, like to the day. So if you know how old Chrono Trigger is, now you know how old I am. So yeah, that was actually really cool when everyone was celebrating Chrono Trigger's 20th anniversary, which was also my birthday. Wow, that was anticlimactic actually. Just decimated him. Okay, something else I've been meaning to go over is actually it has to do with which is better. Actually, they're the same attributes. Interesting. Something else I've been meaning to go over is actually the whole situation with our magic level. And from what I can tell, the magic level just goes up along with your regular level for mages, though other guides say it has to do with like, oh, if you have a certain amount of magic, then you should be able to get your magic level up. That is not the case. I tried buying level 6 magic, then tried buying level 7 magic, did not work. So, I cannot find a concrete answer on how to actually level it up, to be honest. For 26-year-old game, there's surprisingly little information when it comes to that, oddly enough. It's like, you'd think someone would have figured that out by now. Okay, Hellhounds are a lot weaker than I thought they would be. And here is the entrance to the next floor. Floor 5, I think, has treasure. But nothing particularly good. Flame Mail is in the top right corner, if I'm not mistaken. No. Bottom left corner. No, actually it's right over here. Apparently there are a lot of empty chests here, which is good for me because it's less that I have to do. Yeah. I'm gonna get this because it's really close, and honestly, I'm easily powering through literally everything here, so I don't need to worry about levels. If I was getting destroyed, I would actually be more concerned about fighting everything. But as is, I'm flying through this dungeon, not to brag, but I legitimately think I'm overleveled because I'm just making really short work of literally everything here, to the point where I'm just not confident that this is intentional, if that makes any sense. It feels like it's going a little bit too swimmingly. Maybe I spoke too soon, actually. Or maybe I just need to heal. The problem with healing now is we do have to walk through even more lava, so yeah. I'm just gonna heal him. Or her, actually. Stella's a girl's name. Just to make sure I can survive to get over here. Bottom left is where the boss is, so voila, go in here and heal up all the way. And still have a good 184 experience. Also, you notice that the Knight and the Ninja actually have MP now. They can actually learn magic. I should go into that. Level 3 magic, level 4 magic. So that's good to know. I think Knights can learn level, like white magic, and ninjas can learn black magic. So we essentially have 2 mages of each type, though one is not very good. Okay, how long have we been recording? About 10 minutes. Okay, we have plenty of time. So you're the ones who defeated the Fiend of Earth and roused Meredith from her slumber. And thus, the second fiend appears. The power of the burning flame is mine and mine alone. Those who would oppose me shall burn in hellfire. Okay, so Meredith is actually really easy to defeat. My advice, as strange as it sounds, is to use heal every turn, because she can hit pretty hard. Even though she's not that tough. She's got good defense, I will give her that. But other than that, it's a really easy fight. Don't use Quake. Quake is a one-hit kill that does not work on this boss. Use Sunaga if you have it. From what I gather, Merilith doesn't actually have any elemental weaknesses. Contrary to what you might think, she does not resist fire either, so just use your best spells. Just use whatever you have that's got an Aga on the end of it, and you should be good. Okay. That kind of feels like a wasted heal, but okay, I'll take it. Yeah, it's good to keep healed up in these types of battles if you have the MP to do so. Otherwise, well, just tank it for the most part. That's my advice for this fight, just be a tank. I'm not even gonna worry about that this turn. I'm gonna actually go attack normally. I could cast haste on the ninja and knight, so they could get like a 10-hit attack, but I don't know, that just feels like overkill. And like that would have been a good time to have actually used Hilara, but I didn't know she was gonna do that. Oh well, and if she does that again, we're dead. Sorry, that was not good strategy. So yeah, this is a problem I do have with this game, that enemy attack patterns tend to be very stagnant, so you're generally doing the same thing over and over again. Dark blinds characters, meaning their physical attacks will miss. Does this really matter? In this game, no. And if you're playing, for example, Pokemon, yeah, this would actually be bad, but for this game, it's not too bad. The magic equivalent is called Silence, which is actually a lot worse because it flat out makes magic users not able to attack. So, that was it. That was the battle. Actually, this took about the exact same amount of time, because it took me about 12 minutes. 12 to 13 minutes to do this temple in a practice run, and even with getting all the treasure that I got, it still only took about 12 minutes. So, I apparently did a good job, contrary to how it feels. Okay. The Hellfire Chasm, which is on the islands near where Bahamut is, near the Dragon Cave, unlocks the second dungeon. I don't know how an elf got out here though. Seems a bit far from Elfheim. In any case, let's test out one of her new spells, Exit. Exit, as the name implies, instantaneously warps you out, which in this game is kind of a godsend at this point. So, now what do we have to do? We have to go to the next two temples. Problem, we can't. There are certain prerequisites that we actually have to do first. That involves going to certain specific spots in the world, getting certain items, and the like. Problem, I forgot to get a map. So, I have a general idea of where we need to go, but not an exact idea of where we need to go. So that's gonna be fun. And we're just over a bunch of seas, so that's a good sign. It's on the northwestern continent. I do know that much. I think I'm at the where am I actually? Okay, this is that town. Yeah, this is that town. That's specific. That's Perfoka, I think. What's the name of it? So that's gotta be Chaos Shrine. So now that I know that I'm at the Chaos Shrine, I actually know where I need to be. Here we should get to the islands. Yeah, Hellfire Chasm, I think is this one or this one. I can't remember. Again, we'll be saving those for later. This is actually our next stop, the waterfall. Contrary to what everything we've been told, we kind of have to chase a waterfall. Oh boy, that's gonna be fun. And as before, there's not really a good place to park here, unfortunately. So we have to walk a fair ways to actually get to the waterfall. There is a town nearby, luckily, so we can actually rest up before going to the next stop. And I think we're gonna stop at the town. A worm is, like, to my understanding, a small dragon. Like, worm is just a fancy word for a small dragon. That's, like, so uneducated. I don't know. I'm not big on mythology. I just really am not up to date on all that mythological stuff. Like most of the mythology I know is from science fiction or fantasy, like Cerberus. I just remember one of my weird childhood memories is that I kind of learned what a Cerberus was because of the Harry Potter Lego sets that were released at the time. I hadn't even seen the movie. I just knew that there was a three-headed dog in the Lego set. So yeah, obscure trivia about myself. It's like, I don't know, I have weird childhood memories but cannot retain information for more than 5 minutes. So that's just the way of short-term memory loss. At least my long-term memory is okay, I suppose. Actually, remedies are good items, so let's actually get a few of those. This is Onrak, Onrock, I don't know. Look at my legs, aren't they wonderful? I love having legs. Look, did you see that move? You love having legs. Why does that need to be specified? Isn't it kind of a given that you would enjoy having legs? Because then otherwise you wouldn't be able to walk or do anything. Raises caster's attack and accuracy, not gonna take it, just because I don't play that way. Again, unfortunately we cannot actually learn these spells at the present time. Magic level too low. I may actually try to get my magic level up enough to learn those spells for the next episode. Hey! Humans have been honored by the Dragon King. Sweet. And that's all there is to Onrak. Onrak. I don't know. Is there a store? Okay, we've got the inn. So that's good to know. I'll be staying there probably off screen. Also, the inns are getting really expensive, like 500 gil. So keep that in mind. Control stick, please cooperate with me. Work with me here. There does not seem to be an armor store, so that's kind of disappointing, actually. But next time, wait. Oh, we're at 17 minutes already. I guess we should end it off pretty soon. Next time, we will be heading to the waterfall and seeing what rests there. Thank you for watching, and I hope you join me next time for more Final Fantasy.